Hello everyone, and welcome to a tour of our old house back here in Norfolk. It's a house which I've called home for all of my life, so yeah, quite a lot of meaning. But anyway, let's crack on with the tour, and let's start off out in the front garden, shall we? As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. So first things first, got a water butt here. Well, I've actually got two water butts. The other one blew off during the winter. I'm going to be putting that back on any day now. So yeah, so imagine that there's two water butts here. All of said concrete along the driveway and everywhere has been pressure washed by yours truly just a few days ago at time of recording, so it all looks very nice and clean indeed. Unlike the road where all the muck is. But yeah, anyway, we'll ignore that. Got beautiful daffs in flower right now. So yes, let me walk you through. So this is a sort of supposed to be a Mediterranean style sort of garden that we have out the front. Lots of rocks and stones and whatnot, all that sort of vibe. Random lumps of stone, yeah. A lovely little bench, which of course is very rather nice to sit on in the morning as the sun comes up. This also, incidentally, is the very same bench on which our logo picture was taken. Fun fact for you there. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much the front garden. As I said, there's the other water butt, and then we got a few potted plants out here, bird bath as well, which is currently empty, as is the water feature just there. Up here we have, well, this was a wood store for all of about 2 months, yeah, and then this here, this is actually our bike store, so we've got all 3 of our bicycles in there, double padlocked, very secure, concreted in as well as screwed down to the base and everything like that. This then is a gate through to the back garden, but before I do that, let me take you on into the house. So, there's no windows in the hallway, which does make it somewhat susceptible to being a bit dark and dingy, but all this lovely, very classy wallpaper does help to just make the space that bit lighter. Keys are hung up there. That's one of the many places that our cat likes to sleep. Anyway, let me take you into this room first of all. So this is our bathroom. Done up not that long ago, to be fair, only a few years ago. And yeah, very nice. A modern design, but without being sort of just clinical black and white. Yeah, nice. The bath isn't a full length one because there isn't space for it. But actually, this layout works out a lot better than the previous one. As well as having a standard shower head, we've also got a rainfall shower. That's very nice, actually. Also got a heated towel rail too. And yeah, so that's the bathroom. So let's go on through to the kitchen. This door, by being mostly glass, further helps to make the hallway light and airy. So yeah, so this is the kitchen. It's very similar to the bathroom insofar as the decor is modern without being clinical. It's sort of modern rustic, I would call it. This unit here, incidentally, is something that I made in DT. In fact, that was my final piece, and we still use it today. So that's very good indeed. Got a dishwasher and washing machine in here. We've got a big old fridge freezer, which ordinarily houses our fridge magnets on this side. In terms of cooking facilities, we've got gas hobs with an electric oven, so we've got the best of both worlds. Right, coming out of the kitchen then, let's head on into the lounge. Again, this room has been done up within the last few years, and again, it's a nice sort of style. It's quite light colours, which is nice, but it's not bright and in your face. As you may or may not be able to tell, this is actually a very nice, big, spacious room, to be fair. You know, we've got a big, chunky corner sofa in here, and yet it still doesn't feel particularly claustrophobic. Bit busy maybe with the bookcases. This is a DVD store, by the way, and then those, in case you're wondering, are ironing baskets, because we all each do our own ironing, and so we all each have our own basket, so yeah, there's a little insight into us. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Here then, we've got a wood burner. Now this is a great feature. We put this in about 7 years ago, I want to say, which I think is when we actually did a lot of the work to the inside of the house, to be fair. And yeah, that's great. Whenever people come over, they're like, oh wow, we love your wood burner, you know, it's great. It looks nice and it chucks out a heap of heat in the winter. It is fantastic. Love that. Love that picture as well. That is a very nice picture, as is that one, to be fair. We've got quite a few paintings we have. Also got a rather large TV, which again further demonstrates that this room can accommodate big furniture. So here used to be a brick archway. However, it was unsightly and also a little bit dangerous. I've still actually got a little scar on my forehead from when I fell over and cracked my head on it when I was very young. So we got rid of that. And actually, to be fair, the guy that took out the archway, believe it or not, was the very same guy that put it in when the house was first built. With these doors, which lead into the dining room. Now these doors enable you to connect the two spaces and have one large through space, which is very nice and very sociable. Or, in the winter, if you want to make this lounge into sort of a snug sort of room, you know, make it nice and cosy and whatnot with the wood burner on, close all the doors up, and it's great for that as well. And then you can have a separate dining room as well. Well, that leads me on to the dining room. So here we've got a sort of day bed type dealio. So, you know, you could have a little sofa in here or something if you wanted to tuck yourself away with a good book. Or you could even have a bed in here and make this into a third bedroom. But I'll show you the other two proper bedrooms in a bit. But yeah, we use this as a dining room. So we've got a big old dining table here, very nice indeed. Stereo up there, which is a banging stereo to be fair. It's really old, but it's great. Yeah, this is our sort of mini office corner, we call it, with printer, computer, etc, etc. Some more doors over here. Now these again are great for sort of just making this whole space in here, including the lounge and the dining room, a bit bigger and opening it up. You know, it's really nice to open these doors in the summer, let a through flow of air through, and yeah, they're great. But it also lets in a lot of light, even in the winter. Previously I used to just have a window with a radiator underneath. But yeah, we've got the radiator there now. And rather nice, in fact, let's cut out the rather, a very nice canvas of the Battle of Trafalgar with HMS Victory painted just there. Another Trafalgar reference is this bad boy. Yep, that's right, we've got an HMS Victory clock. Yeah, we really do like our pictures of Age of Fighting sail. Another case just there in the corner. Up until a few months ago, the dining table used to be in the middle. Then we had some more units across there, and it just made the room feel really small. So what we did is we pushed the table just into the corner a bit, and suddenly that makes the room so much more spacious. However, this corner can get a little bit dark, especially in the winter. So yeah, so we've got this lamp here, which helps light it up and helps light up this, which is actually my spot. Anyway, yeah, that's the dining room then. So let's come out and leave via the other door. Let me take you through to the only other room that I haven't shown you on the downstairs level. This, when my mum first moved here, was classed as a study. However, we call it a storage room because, well, you see, we've had all these bespoke cupboards fitted all along this wall, which offer a load of storage. So yeah, so this one's got coats in and shoes that belong, well, primarily to Dunk. A few of my mum's things are in there as well. And then this one, we've got some shelving on one side. Meanwhile, the other side acts as an airing cupboard. There's a radiator just back there. In case you're wondering where my coats and shoes are, by the way. Ta-da! I have my own little stand here. I think I've always had this, to be fair. Just next to my coat stand, we've got this little cupboard under the stairs. Now, when I say little, I mean it really is little. You know, cupboards under stairs aren't usually big at the best of times, but I mean, that is a particularly small cupboard. I won't show you in there because it's full of stuff and whatnot, but yeah, so that's the thing. And yeah, then that concludes pretty much the tour of downstairs. But before I take you upstairs, let me show you the back garden. So, moving out the back then, very first thing to note, you'll see that we've got all these paving slabs along here. Well, actually, the whole back garden used to be slabbed over, a bit like the whole front garden actually used to be all turf. However, during lockdown, good old lockdown days, we ripped up all the slabs and put in the current structure, which is divided into 4 main sections. You've got a shaded plant section complete with a pond. You've got a sun worshipping plant section. Please do ignore the socks. The cat then is posing in what is my section. And as part of my section, we've got those beautiful tulips there. Had them for a few years now. Each year they come back better and better. And yeah, and then this is quite a new section. You may well recognise these two, by the way. We got this tortoise from a garden centre last time we went to Moffat in Scotland, and then we got this snail from the same garden centre on a previous trip. And the snail I infamously said looks like a turd.
Little eyes and a smiley face.
I'm gonna be real, I thought it was a turd or something.
Oh,
I
for
just looked
God's
at it, I thought it was a turd. So yes, we've got a tortoise and a turd. Anyway, moving on rather swiftly. Stage planter. This is a water feature. Never really turned it on, but it's sort of a two-tier pump jobby. And then next to that, we have our shed. And before the shed, we used to have a great big asbestos garage. It was dangerous, obviously being asbestos, and it was also falling apart. And yeah, put the shed in, and we thought we could make better use of the space, which is what we've done with this patio area here, accessed by purple slate path, purple slate forming paths off to all the different bits. And yeah, patio, there's a table and 4 chairs under there, and then the egg chair that we literally got out about half an hour ago. Very nice. Anyway, swinging round here then, archway through into the rest of the garden, but first, wood store. Previously used to have a much bigger wood store here, which Dunk made, however it's falling apart, looking tatty, and well, this is all the wood that we've got, so we just shoved it in the smaller one, which was previously located round there. Doing a 180, this is, well, what was our old bike store, now it has garden tools in, so yeah, heading through this archway then. I've already talked about the patio, got a greenhouse there, and then up this way we have a trug for veggies. Please ignore the frog. Yeah, trug for veggies, apple tree. We're not aspiring to be self-sufficient, but we do like to grow a few things at home, because homegrown always tastes better, of course. And yeah, that is pretty much out the back. Coolio, right, let's swing round. There's my mum just disappearing off with the hose there. And let's head up the stairs then. So, our stairwell has been recently painted, literally within the last few weeks or so. Had the walls and the white work done by a professional. Looks really, really nice. Did have to sacrifice a few lions though, which I wasn't particularly happy about. Anyway, yeah. Big window up there. This is actually really nice, light, airy stairwell, to be fair. And yeah, let's head up to the top then. That, incidentally, is the hatch into our loft. So that's where we keep things such as Christmas decorations and whatnot. We've got a dirty washing bin and a chair up here. A spare chair in case we've got people coming over. Yeah, and then we've got two other doors up here. I'll take you through this one first and foremost. So this is the master bedroom. Rate the Highland Coo bedding. Yeah, now this is a very nice, spacious room. This sort of drop in the roof here can't be helped, but that doesn't make it a particularly workable space insofar as, you know, you can't have like a full-size wardrobe up here or anything like that. When my mum first moved here, and for the first few years of my life, there always used to be some fitted wardrobes along there, so there is the possibility to do that. Dunk's wardrobes and chest of drawers, and then chest of drawers from my mum, and what was supposed to be a temporary wardrobe that my mum bought for herself to her for a few months. She's had it for the past 10 years and still hasn't replaced it, bless her. So yeah, so that's going to be something she's going to be doing in the next house, so there's no point replacing it now, but yeah. And yeah, and then if I step back here, show you the room, as you can see, very spacious room, very nice. Ta-da, here we are. So this is my room then. Right by the door here we've got TV and Xbox. A couple pictures up, thusly. Got a fish bubble lamp which I've decided I'm not going to keep, so we've got it up for sale. So then over here then we have my computer, which I'll be honest, I don't use a huge amount. But yeah, this is a double screen PC. Ratio is 4:3 though, which doesn't work quite so well. Family 3 TV mouse mat, the old logo that is, well hey. Anything else to talk about? Oh yeah, keyboard and mouse, they're like 60 to 80% quieter than a normal one, and I love them. Also the materials are very nice indeed as well. Under here, in case you're wondering, we've got some weights and this bad boy, which is a chair that I made in year 10 DT. It's supposed to be a James Bond theme, hence the tuxedo there. This is my wardrobe. I've had this for quite a few years, and in case you can't tell, it matches this chest of drawers and my desk as well. don't match that fella, but then that's the only thing that we're taking with us in terms of the furniture, and hit all that in my bed. Bed here, I've got Highland Coo bedding on as well. It's me and the master bedroom are matching. Coffin of a case sits under the bed amongst lots of other things. This, in case you're wondering, it's not only a seat, but it's also a storage cube. So I've got all my spare coat hangers in there. This, probably spotted, electric guitar I got for Christmas, just gone. This unit here was the one that used to be, or one of the ones that used to be down in the dining room. You know, I mentioned that we moved a few of those out. We moved it up here and instead got rid of my bedside table. To be honest, I actually prefer this. It's got more shelves, it's got a drawer and a cupboard, and yeah, it just works better. I've got all my books on it. Got this cheeky chappie known as Gerald, and I've also got this bad boy on the top. Okay, kind of sort of accidentally deleted this outro clip. Anyway, so I think I'm going to end off this video over by this bad boy. Got this in Scotland, in Oban to be precise. Pop out banner to that video. Oh no, actually, let's finish off in this corner here by this lovely painted wallpaper transfer. You're probably thinking that we had a proper pucker professional artist come and do this, but no, my mum did this, she did it years ago, and it still looks absolutely amazing. She did such a good job with it. As you can see, it's a lovely little sea view. Got the doors open out onto my deck, my golden retriever, and lovely sailing yacht on the horizon there. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching this video. Do hope that you've enjoyed. We'll catch you in the next video where we will be showing you round our new house. Very exciting. Till then though, do take care. Bye for now.